This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, and I'm going to be telling you if it's worth it to be buying something like this in 2024. Now you might be wondering, why on earth are you asking people if they should be buying a 3-year-old smartphone? Come on, focus. Focus. Okay, I give up. I was trying to show you the date, but it came out in August of 2021. And you might be wondering, why am I trying to recommend a smartphone like this in 2024 if it came out that long ago? Just get the new one. Well, the reason is kind of funny. I was scrolling through phones on Amazon and I came across the foldable section of smartphones. And I saw the Samsung Z Fold 3 there. And it was listed for only, I think it was around just over $600. And I was like, wow, a foldable for that price. And this year, that's almost unheard of. So I added it to my checkout. I bought it. And here it is. All right, so I got the box. I'm in my favorite package opening place, my living room couch. So let's get into it. All right, cross my address at the top. I don't think I have any enemies, but just in case. All right, so I'm curious to see what they actually gave me in here. I doubt it's basically anything. I mean, I don't think I've ever ordered a used phone from Amazon before, but I can't imagine that there's anything in here, but let's just see. Oh, wow. They actually gave me the OEM box. I was not really expecting that at all. I mean, obviously it does look really beat up, which is obviously fine. I don't care about that. Let's see what's actually included then. Ah, it's resealed. Careful I don't cut myself. Paperwork, what does it say? Just warranty information it looks like. I mean, it's a little dirty, but like, this thing barely looks like it's ever been used. It even still has a screen protector on it. Interesting, I don't see any dings or anything anywhere. Huh, okay. Set that off to the side. USB-C charging cable, of course. Can't tell if this is Samsung OEM or not. Probably isn't. It looks kind of cheap. But that's fine. I don't obviously care about that. And just a standard resealed SIM ejector tool, which is an interesting bag. What the hell? The fuck? Can you see that? Looks like they were selling like some party pills in this fucking thing. What the hell? Is this a dime bag? That's crazy. Oh God, I don't want to think about that. And nothing else. It's pretty standard. I don't even think with, I don't know if they started on the Fold 2 or Fold 3 or any of the Samsung phones. They don't give you a charging brick anymore or anything else really in the box for environmental reasons. So that looks like it's about it. That unboxing was about a month ago, so I've been using this thing for about a month, about 4 weeks, and yeah, let me just tell you guys about it. So I got everything loaded on here, my favorite launcher, my favorite icon pack, you know, my favorite wallpaper, all my favorite widgets, everything's loaded on. I've been daily driving it every single day, and I just wanted to see if something like this is able to hold up in this year. It's got the Snapdragon 888, so I think that's about 3 or 4 generations behind. I'll fact check that on the screen right now. You know, it's got 12 gigs of RAM, 1/4 terabyte of storage. Battery size is about 4,500 milliamp hours. That was the only thing I was kind of worried about, but it still gets me through like a day of use, which, you know, I'm throwing my phone on the charger before I go to bed every night anyways, so that wasn't too much of a concern to me. So far, it's looking like, seems like a pretty good deal, right? I mean, you got like those flagship specs. Other than that older generation Snapdragon, like there really isn't anything to dawn over. The only thing I was kind of worried about was the cameras. because I heard that inside camera's pretty terrible. It struggles a little bit. But to me, that's not too much of a problem. I'm not really taking any pictures on the inside screen anyways, nor less any selfies at all. So I didn't really mind that, but you know, you can flip the whole phone over with the screen open and use that as a selfie cam if you wish. And I did really like that that part of the camera was filled by pixels. I thought that actually really helped out the screen when I'm watching content. I'm not a big fan of big hole punch cutouts, like a lot of phones are doing these days. I mean, basically every phone is doing that these days. So having that covered, that part of the camera covered, I actually really like. I did use that inside camera a few times, just for a few Zoom meetings at work and whatnot. But other than that, like, I'm not really taking any pictures on it. It's perfectly fine for video calls if that's what you want to use it for. It just doesn't look that great. Now another thing, the speakers. They're on both sides here. By today's standards, they're a little tinny. I don't really mind. I'm usually wearing headphones most of the time. I'm not really using the speakers for much of anything. Maybe if I'm scrolling Instagram Reels, something like that. But yeah, they're not terrible. They're just not great by today's standards. And that kind of seems to be a trend with this phone. At the time, I'm sure these specs were amazing. They're not terrible by any means. There's just things out there that are obviously faster, but if you want things that are better and faster, you're gonna be paying a price for that. And I think that's kind of where this stands. But yeah, I mean, like, even software-wise, it's still being supported by Samsung. I did read somewhere that it is going to be getting One UI 7 and Android 14, so that's great to see. That's probably it's going to be its last update, but it's awesome to see that they're still updating the phone and giving it, you know, recent versions of Android and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, everything else was normal. Has Wi-Fi 6, so it was still getting decent download and upload speeds when I was surfing the web. It's absolutely fantastic to be watching content on this thing. That is definitely my favorite part of it. I just love to have it folded and then open it up and then start watching a YouTube video or Netflix or something like that. I think that is definitely its strong suit for me. But one thing is that when I am watching content, especially in direct sunlight, I'm constantly seem to be pulling down the screen and looking to turn up the brightness, and it's all the way full every time I check. So the brightness, you know, it's not perfect. It's everything's readable, everything's watchable. It's just I just wish it was a little bit brighter on this inside screen. But, you know, not a deal breaker by any means. So obviously nothing is perfect here. And I think that's okay. I really do think this is actually worth it if you're looking for your next smartphone. You know, there is a lot of good options out there. There's Google Pixels, Google's A line of phones. You could probably get a nothing phone. You could even get one of Samsung's other phones. I'm sure they have slab phones out there that are probably the same price as what I paid for this, that are a step up better in specs. But if you know, if you want this party trick, if you want it to fold in half like this, I think it's definitely worth it to be paying that for this. And I just think it's so cool that you could just go and pick one of these up for 600 or 700 bucks. It's not missing anything. Usually when you're getting a budget smartphone, there's going to be things that are missing from it that you wish you had. And I think when you're getting hardware like this, even though, you know, some of the specs I keep saying over and over, are a little bit outdated, I still think it's worth it to get something like this. So that's been it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.